kidding me, Marcus? Are you kidding me, man?
Heat on the floor is an understatement. As we've got a South Beach-like collection of Heat out there on the floor. Brandon, give us a good synopsis of some of the pieces that we're referring to when we say Heat.
Hey, this is South Beach before LeBron left, man. Let's make sure we clarify that
right.
real quick. No disrespect to anybody left on South Beach, man. Right in front of me right here, 135, Amber Ramirez. Top 15 in the country by ProspectsNation.com, 135 there in the black. The basketball, 135, Ace Koenig from British Columbia. Not ranked simply because we don't rank international kids this early, but she definitely would have been an Elite 60 watch list as she hangs the net on her first shot. Taya Cooper with the basketball. Georgia going to Tennessee. Yeah, that's her. Kalai Robinson, 182, with the brightest shorts on in the building. You can't miss her. And Eraser, top 50 in the country, Prospects Nation. This is going to be a show, man. It's going to be an absolute show. You start talking about this caliber of kid, and yeah, that one right there, Destiny Walker, number 11 in the country. Prospects Nation decides her college on Monday. Let's have a little bit of fun, Marcus. Let's have a little bit of fun.
Everybody just providing beautiful beam footage here early on. As Taya Cooper says, don't leave me out. She knocks down the step-back three-pointer, and at this point, I need to get in on the next set. I want to get a bucket as well, man.
Hey, no, that's the problem, man. If me and you go out there, I don't think we're getting any buckets, man.
Yeah,
we probably need to stay right here with the headsets,
We do water down the product just a little bit as we've got a 4-6 ball game here early on. Destiny Walker showing off the mid-range game as well.
Come on, man. You got to enjoy this, man. This is like that good open run. When you get it in, you're playing the 7x1s. Look at Robinson with the 25-footer there. These kids know how to play basketball, so when you start to talk about some of the other pieces that come along with what we're getting, as you see Coney there with the nice jumper as we get this thing rolling, you're going to see him get out. And we talked about not wanting to score too many transition baskets. Obviously, Taylor Wagner from Florida was great at EBA Fab 5 camp, man. Knocks down the three, 2016. We still want to stick to that. You're going to see a lot of half-court stuff. You're going to see them automatically get into the 1-4 low there with Ramirez, her attacking and getting down the hill. But we're not going to have to control it as much as we did with the younger session. We really wanted to build that out. These kids are very accustomed to the EBA setting. Check me out or Coach Hemi showcases.
Been able to see Ramirez at each of those showcases. Enjoyed watching her versus Destiny Slocum there in Seattle, and now we have a plethora of talent here in this matchup. And, you know, Brandon, when you talk about EBA, is this not, you know, just really seeing the fruition of kind of what you all envision when you look at the Elite Basketball Academy and what it provided?
No question. Well, I thought that the skill development aspect, you know, which we had going on the other end, the skill development aspect coupled with the gameplay. I mean, you look at who's down there on the baseline, it's a who's who. You've got Pittsburgh, you've got Furman, you've got Oklahoma State, you've got Texas Tech's head coach Candy Whitaker, you've got Andrew Calder at North Carolina, Georgia Tech, South Carolina, Virginia, Travis Mays at Texas. I mean, you could go on. Kansas is here. All of these people. So now you're taking an opportunity where you're getting skill development, you're coupling it with quality gameplay, and you're doing it in front of some of the best and most elite college programs in the country. You can't help but go wrong.
You see that floater just off the mark there by Ramirez. Taylor Wagner picks it up. She's picked up right where she left off at EBA Super 64. Walker trying to thwart her plans here currently on defense.
A battle of Sunshine State guards. And if you're Taylor Wagner, this is exactly why you come. How many opportunities do you have, and even inside your own state, to play against Destiny Walker, a kid of that caliber, and really get a real read? Great pitch and catch there from Ramirez to Koenig. She didn't knock that down. But that's the type of basketball that excites college coaches like a Candy Whitaker. There are multiple schools on hand here today, specifically to see Ramirez and the other talent we have on hand.
Off the mark on that shot. Koenig going to get it ahead to Ramirez. Ramirez
off
the glass.
That's a great way to get started. What a great opening 4 minutes right there, man. I'm gonna go jump on the bench and have a little bit of fun myself, man, coaching some of these great kids.
Fun to be had when you look at this matchup here on the court. It's been a great start so far. It's a 7-10 ball game. Almost hard to keep up with the scoring as quickly as it's taking place. I've got my right-hand man, Chris Watkins, joining me back on the mic. Our Prospects Nation TV colleague, we bring you the live webcast, but he does a ton of work to help expose the players that you see via our player evaluations, Prospects Nation TV recaps and a lot of the video content that you see throughout the site.
Thank you, Marcus. I just tried to do my part here in the organization. God.
So does Destiny Walker, and it's safe to say she's definitely holding up her end here in the game so far. 7 to 13, she's already got 8 points.
Yeah, and you know, you got a number of those schools down there. Just Kalia Robinson, just for a quick show her ability or versatility there to hit the three. But Walker's got a number of schools that are sitting down there that are hoping that when she makes her decision this week that it's going to be their name that she says.
Kalia Robinson, a high school teammate of Taya Cooper, who was in the game earlier. She's getting a breather now, but member teacher in high school basketball program that is definitely no stranger to ranks here in the state of Georgia. They are the current reigning champ. And Kalia Robinson, who just down a three-pointer, a big reason why for Coach Phyllis Arthur over there at McEachern.
Yeah, and I also want to make note, we got number 129 out here, Lachlan Corliss, out in North Forsyth High School. You know, one of the best on-the-ball defenders here in the state of Georgia, 2015 guard. Does a lot for that program there. As they're, you know, they were actually ranked in the top 10 in the state last year in the state of Georgia for a long time. I believe they actually lost in the Elite Eight. And well, on cue, Lachlan Corliss comes, gets a deflection and the steal.
She'll pass it ahead, get it to Robinson. Robinson gonna try to get another three-pointer. She'll get it to go.
You know, Robinson's one of those players that she does so much, you know, on both ends of the floor. I mean, continually ability to shoot it, she can handle. I mean, she's a defensive presence around the rim.
Rebound it and then push it up. As we see her really get things started there, she drew a lot of attention as she brought the ball up. Shot's no good on the inside, but still just another example of what Kalia Robinson can do and does do out there on the court. Koenig gets it ahead to Walker. Walker behind the back. Just short on that shot, but she's (13-15) ball game. Taya Cooper back into the game. She's number 139 with the ball in her hands right now. As we mentioned, the Tennessee commit. Reigning state champion there at McEachern High School. Won a state championship as a freshman. So the bar was set high early on, and she's got a couple to boot since coming on to the Georgia high school basketball scene there. Nice hesitation and kicking it into another gear. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Ramirez out of San Antonio. She's number 135 there in the black jersey. Gets the and one. This is camp rule, so and one means the bucket and the free throw automatically thrown in there. So three-point play the hard way there for Ramirez. Another representative of Ray Caldwell's San Antonio's finest team. Like the hustle being shown now by number 137. That's Sydney Hulmard. Sydney out of Louisiana. Mandeville to be exact. 5-point ball game, team 6 leads. That three-pointers off the mark. Ramirez coming the other way. Gonna drop it off. Layup drill, too easy inside. That's number 133. That's McKenna Lawrence out of Augusta, Georgia. Lawrence with the deuce, making it a 13-20 ball game. Stop and pop. Free throw line jump shots no good by Anastasia Evans. Ramirez, we haven't seen that three ball yet. It's a big tool in her arsenal. So far we've seen her be able to get inside, which she can do as well. And there we see the aforementioned three ball being put into play. And remember, a couple Prospects Nation TV archives where you'll see Ramirez do what she does for that San Antonio's finest program. Had one game where she knocked down 7 three-pointers. But there we see Taya Cooper doing what she does. She makes it a 15-23 ball game. Again, using that first step and that quickness in addition to the physical strength there on the inside. She gets a step on you. It's very hard to get from one side to the other. When you look at Cooper, case in point, that same play, that wasn't SUV instant replay at work. That was essentially just the same drive and finish by Taya Cooper. Player that not only turns heads with her ability to score the ball, but defensively she definitely wreaks havoc. That's one of the things that you can really notice about her game, whether you're in or outside of Georgia. 7-point advantage here for Team 6. There we see Cooper, nice defense, tough shot taken there by Lawrence. Cooper will bring it up. Just over 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Tray ball on the way, no good. Lawrence with the rebound. To the head to Ramirez. Shot off the mark, working on the offensive glass. Number 191, Raleigh Potts. So that'll send Potts to the free throw line. Potts out of Nashville, Tennessee. Potts good to go on the free throw. Potts will have a seat back into the game for Team 6. It's going to be Destiny Walker. Walker number 184 there in the black jersey. Cooper, that pass intended for number 129, but it's stolen away quickly by Walker. Walker to Ramirez. Ramirez to Koenig. Koenig gonna try the floater game. Leaves it short. You touched on it earlier, Chris. I love the energy of number 129, Lachlan Corliss. She really gets after it out there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a player you'd want in your program. She play an up-tempo style. If you're pressing, if you're somebody that just wants somebody to hound the other team's point guard the whole game, which is what she does. Here locally, it's hard to go into that North Forsyth atmosphere where they've got actually her teammate Caroline Bounds. You know, another good player they had there at North Forsyth recently just committed. We got Cooper bringing up the floor again.
9-point advantage for Team 6. Just over 3 minutes left to play. Cooper, did she lose it out of bounds or was it knocked out? They're going to say last touch. Last touch by Team 6, so it'll stay with Team 5. Cooper gets it to Robinson. Now Wagner going to try a three-pointer, give her her second one of the game. She's very familiar with these rims at Sewanee Sports Academy. At least that's the way she shoots when she plays here at these EBA camps. Solid Super 64 camp, having a good All-American stint as well. Wagner out of the Sunshine State. See Aislinn, a.k.a. Ace Koenig, knocked down that free throw.
Yeah, she had a good summer with us. She actually played at our Power 48 out at Sewanee SSA Cobb, formerly All-Tournament Park.
Koenig's 134 in the black jerseys.
Yeah, and we actually have some footage of her on Prospects Nation TV on a recap from that event.
Here we see the touchdown pass ahead. It's received by Ramirez. Easy as 1-2-3 layup on the other end. A step back jumper off the mark by Cooper. Long rebound brought in by number 178. Destiny Walker no good on the jumper along the baseline. Ramirez to inbound it. So a 21-31 ball game, just under a minute left to play here in the first half. This game got off to a great start. Really enjoyed the matchups, really the intensity on both ends as well. Defensively, loose balls on rebounds.
Yeah, it was a big, you know, even though the Coop missed that layup, I liked what she just did right there, kind of split the track, crossover right to left, one step up.
Ramirez gets the home bounce. Not a native here, but I guess she's got enough local points. Given the amount of time she's been able to play in the different team events, sure she's got the lay of the land as far as the rims here at SSA at this point.
Yeah, we mentioned the last broadcast at San Antonio's finest program. They're always a mainstay of our Power 48 that we have at the end of every July.
Cooper off the mark on the free throw. That'll do it for the first half. Be sure to stick with us for the second half. Marcus Burnett joined by Chris Watkins. We'll have more coverage from the EBA All-American Camp after halftime. And let's get back to the action here at the EBA All-American Camp. Marcus Burnett joined by Chris Watkins as we get ready to get the second half kicked off. 21-33 ball game. This game has been a good one from the initial tip-off. Plenty of talent out there, as those that have been with us since the first half have been able to see. If you're just joining us, you'll be able to get introduced to some of the great participants here in the camp. There, number 191, Raleigh Potts, going to work on the inside. Nice little jump hook. Chris, I'll let you kind of intro that move right there as well as that player.
You know, talked about Clyde Robinson in the first half. She hits 2 threes. She's on block shots, and that ability to put it on the floor. You put her at the 4, and she's going to be one of the toughest matchups, I think, in the country. You know, she's got that skill set to play a little bit more of the 3, but I'd like her more at that trail 4. You put the ball, kick it to her, let her put it on the floor, hit the trail shot. I mean, her game just has continued to evolve so much over the last 3 years since I've been watching her, both the AOT program and then, you know, on the Nike circuit with the Central Florida Elite program.
Just brings so many things to the table, as you mentioned. You take that length, that height, that athleticism, make some college program happy. There, we got another bucket by Potts.
Yeah, her and Taya Cooper last year in the state championship game. They played a very talented Archer team, but that game was over almost by the end of the first quarter. Both Coop and Robinson were banging threes left and right, and you got Corliss right there getting the steal. Nice unselfish play to Kalia Robinson.
Robinson, great job of running the floor. And then again, relatively easy to do so. You give her a few strides, she's rim to rim. Koenig with the ball up top. Trying to get her first three-pointer of the second half. Can't get it to go. It's just plays like that there by number 129, Lachlan Corliss. She had no chance to get to that rebound, but you see her tipping it to a few of her teammates that you saw were in a better position to be able to get to the ball. Just small things like that. I don't think number 129 there in the white jersey, Lachlan Corliss, I don't think she scored yet. However, we can count several plays that she's been able to make, both little and big here in the game so far.
Yeah, when Lachlan was when she was a freshman, they made it that my dad was a basketball coach at Parkview, and they actually played in the first round. And she was one of the key players on that team and has been, ever since then. Now going into her senior years, we mentioned Robinson there, her ability, she has blocks a shot off the glass. Now just seems to be making a play in transition, but back to Lachlan, definitely a big fan of her game.
There we got a bucket. Bucket inside, I believe that was number 188. That's Taylor Darks.
Actually, Taylor Darks is a Furman basketball commit. Furman's down here watching her on the baseline. Taylor was at our National Fall Showcase. Actually skipped, this was last year National Spring, skipped homecoming or prom. It was one of the, to come be at camp. We actually took her picture with her, put on the dress. It was a great experience. It was actually last spring, the the spring showcase. So,
as Dark says, she's committed to getting better. As that last example that you mentioned provides proof, but also seeing her play out here today. Here, Corliss is going to be fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Just under 12 minutes left to play in the second half. Corliss working hard all game, gets a trip to the stripe. Can't get it to go. Ramirez gets the long rebound. She'll bring it the other way. Koenig. Koenig passes it in. She gets it over to number 178, Anastasia Evans, and Evans does the rest. Koenig and Evans, both representing British Columbia here at EBA All-American.
Now as you're watching, it's got a number of schools now out of the baseline. We have Georgia Tech, you have USC, you have North Carolina, Oklahoma State, Pitt, Furman, NC State, Duke. I mean, the names just continue to rattle on. We have University of North Florida down there, Kansas. And these players get an opportunity to play in front of all these coaches late on a Saturday night during this fall open period.
Ball's loose. Walker picks it up. Kicks it out to Koenig. That's a layup for her. Case in point.
Chris Hansen, my first time seeing her was this summer at the Power 48. And she has not disappointed ever since then when Chris Hansen was telling me personally about her game actually up before the broadcast. So we have Stark there with another three, and you see the type of player that the Furman Paladins are going to be getting after this high school season.
She'll be there along with Caitlin Duncan, another Furman commit that you don't see here today, but a player that is definitely no stranger to Prospects Nation TV. Feature player evaluation that you were able to do, Chris. Talk about her as a piece that Furman will have eventually teaming with Darks.
Yeah, we got some footage on her from our skill trainer, Adrian Penland. his AdrianPinlandBasketball.com showcase. Yeah, Duncan was one of the standout players there. Had a great last 2-year run with the Georgia Hoop Stars and J.D. Davis. Very versatile, high energy, does a good job around the rim. They're going to be a nice combo there. Furman does a great job of getting out on the road. Actually ran a workout over at Holy Innocents the other day. Had a member of their staff there. They're always, you see them out everywhere.
Koenig kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. A good work on the inside. Number 133, McKenna Lawrence. Nice defense being played right there. You don't really see a Taya Cooper shot on the inside get blocked too many times, but you saw it there by Libba Gilliam. On the other end, number 178.
Yeah, Gilliam is a 2016 out of Alabama. Played real well. I believe Fab Five was the last time we had her at camp. And that's one of those things that, you get to see these players so often. It's almost like a family atmosphere. We've got the same coaches that work at every event. It's our organization continues to grow as these players continue to grow in their game, and we see them continually throughout all the camps and individual Team EBA event settings.
From an evaluation standpoint, whether it's a J.L. Hemingway, Kyle Moore, International Director of Scouting, Stephen Peck, and the list goes on as far as PSB personnel here, to be able to evaluate these players with different settings, different matchups. I think it really helps as far as the body of work of seeing these players in different settings, their strengths, their weaknesses, and being able to, help bolster both.
Yeah, as you just saw, Ramirez, a.k.a. Sauce there on that take. Nice and one at the rim.
Another easy bucket inside for Ramirez. You're going to leave points out there. Ramirez will eat them up with a quickness. You see Robinson size up the defender there and knock down the three with ease. What do you do when a player like that athletic, is knocking down the three ball that day as well?
It's one of those things that it's a hard guard, because if you do come out and go, she's long enough and skilled enough, she can put it on the floor once and get to the rim. So it's kind of one of those, it's either way, you might be making the wrong decision.
Sometimes you got to pick the lesser of two evils regarding Kalia Robinson, whatever that might be. She's long, can get to the rim. There, they play good defense, knock it away. She still has the wherewithal to find a cutting Taylor Wagner for the bucket inside. Here's Walker. Tough shot right there. Looks like she was fouled by number 199, Reagan Croft. Reagan out of Franklin, Tennessee. It's currently where the PSB end of the road Tennessee version is taking place up there at the Franklin Fieldhouse. Wagner showing off the baby jumper there along the baseline. In a matchup that has Taya Cooper, Kalia Robinson, Amber Ramirez, do not sleep on Taylor Wagner there. A little bit too much sauce there on that play by Ramirez. She loses it. Dime dropped by Cooper, finished by Robinson. Tell you what, Central Florida elite teammates, Destiny Walker with the ball. Taya Cooper, her teammate there on CFE, they're not taking it easy on each other by any means here. And you wouldn't expect anything else. You don't get to that level without being a competitor, regardless of who you're going against. It's a 40-55 ball game, just over 5 minutes left.
Yeah, Robinson got a little nonchalant there with the handle in transition. Her teammate Coop is going to try to get it back.
Walker guarded by Corliss. Well, she's got that either through the legs or that behind the back step back. Behind the back and then step back. She's got it down pat.
Yeah, and you wonder why she's so consistent at that, because you watch her before camp. She gets in here early with Christian Simmons, and she sits there and she works on that same move and that same step back over and over and over. Talk about muscle memory, and that's why she shoots it with ease whenever she wants to.
You know, not to say won't put her on that same plane, but definitely a similar work ethic when you think of a Ray Allen and his pregame shooting routine and the kind of, the amount of shots that he takes. And you look at that shot he was able to hit against the San Antonio Spurs there in Game 6 2 years ago. That shot's nothing but muscle memory, awareness, and really just the repetitions that he puts in practicing. You see that kind of result when the pressure's on in the game. I think when you look at a Destiny Walker, the reps that she gets in, the way she approaches it, like you mentioned, the work she got in and did with Adrian Penland and Christian Simmons before the camp games even started. You see the end result being able to bring itself to fruition there in the game. 16-point advantage. Changed to 18. After that bucket, again, it's Anastasia Evans. Robinson steps into that one, splash. Koenig got that pass over there to Gilliam. Gilliam off the mark. Here's Darks. Darks going to get called for the travel there.
Frustrated with herself on that play. She knew shouldn't have picked up her dribble. Probably could have kept it alive right there. Continued to attack the lane.
It's Koenig guarded by Darks. Hayes Koenig going to try the three. Cash. My third time seeing Ace Koenig play, and always come away impressed with her feel for the game, her ability to knock down that jumper like we just saw on the last play. But does a good job just making plays, getting others involved as well.
I mean, her game is just so smooth. It looks effortless.
Koenig, number 134 there in the black jerseys. And as we mentioned, out of British Columbia, plays for club team BC's Finest. Our club team moniker definitely reflective of her game. She's definitely one of the finest to come there out of that region. Ramirez off the mark. Ulamar with the rebound. She's looking to push. Tough contact there on that play. We got a player a little shaken up. Got our trainer here on site. There with the quickness to make sure everything's good to go. We're gonna take a short break. This brief injury timeout. We appreciate you joining us here at the EBA All-American Camp. Marcus Burnett joined by Chris Watkins. So we have coaches still here on hand. It's 9 p.m. here on Saturday. Still got a back row full of college coaches here to watch these young ladies play, and they have not disappointed at all. The level of energy and the competition that we've seen has been awesome. We see Brandon Clay coming over to check, make sure all's well over here with the injury as well. Ramirez going to be helped up. Definitely never want to see anybody go down to injury. These players are playing hard, so we're going to hope it's something minor with Ramirez. We've got some of the best in the biz there to tend to her training-wise, so fingers crossed. We'll take a few minutes before we resume play. EBA All-American is just one thing going on for Peach State basketball this weekend as the end of the road. The team tournament is also taking place. They've got a Georgia stop, which is also here at Sewanee Sports Academy. You'll be able to catch 4 webcasts from that event starting at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Then there's also the PSB End of the Road Championships in Tennessee as well. Actually kicked off this morning. 6 webcasts coming up from there on tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. Central Time. So a couple time zones represented here on Prospects Nation TV tomorrow.
3 different events, 2 here in the ATL area and 1 up in Tennessee.
Got a short break. It's been a great weekend. Beautiful weather here in the Atlanta area. Not sure if we have any Outcast fans out there, but this has been the weekend of Outcast here in Atlanta. That's just one of the many events that's going on. I had a chance to take in that concert at the beautiful Centennial Park yesterday, and there was a Garth Brooks concert right across the street, I believe, at either at the Georgia Dome or Phillips Arena. So we see Amber Ramirez able to walk off.
Yeah, when I saw the Outcast tickets were going on sale, I got real excited and got online to buy, and then I also went to peachstatebasketball.com and saw we had an event this weekend, so that kind of cut into what my plans were going to be.
Yeah, it changes things up. And that's going to do it for this game. We'll have 2 more webcasts coming up here on Prospects Nation TV here tonight from EBA All-American Camp. I'm Marcus Burnett. He's Chris Watkins. We'll catch you back here for next game.